everyone, and welcome to Dash Assault Podcast Gaming Edition, the place for you and your gaming needs. We are Nerd Assault Incorporated, and we're here to provide you with your nerdy needs. We, on the Gaming Edition, are here to talk about what's currently going on in the gaming industry and tackle it like it's the final boss in Dark Souls.
Or it owes us money.
Yes. When tackling something as big as that, you're going to need a lot of help. So let's meet the entire party.
Hey, I'm Brandon S.
I'm Zim.
And I'm Snowy.
And I'm Cam. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, I don't know if y'all heard about this. Recently, there was a man who threatened Blizzard and the players through the game chat and through email and Facebook. His name is Steven Sabella, I think that's his name. He threatened Blizzard and its players via game chat and emails. Threatens to shoot, and this is the ways he threatened them. He threatened the players saying, y'all make me want to shoot up elementary school.
Jesus!
Yeah. And then he went and made it personal to some, adult players saying, if I was there, I would rape your kids and kill them in front of you and stuff. Yeah. So, needless to say, people were upset, so they reported him to Blizzard. Blizzard made it where he couldn't chat, anymore in the game. This only pissed the guy off so much more that he decided to send a message to Blizzard saying, I may or may not show up to your offices with an AK-47. FBI caught wind of that and had him sent to jail for 5 years.
There ain't no Schrodinger's mass shooter. They take that shit seriously.
Yeah, especially what's been going on recently.
Yeah, it's all the horrible things in the news. Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
and this happened like early in July, so that was like right in the heat of that stuff.
Yeah, oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he's in jail right now for 5 years.
Blizzard, let me guess, Overwatch.
No, it was I didn't see what game it
Possibly
was.
World of Warcraft.
Oh wow.
Nah,
I'm getting salty.
You know what? Now
Wow.
that I think about it, it didn't say what game it was, or at least from the news article.
It
I
was
saw.
probably Overwatch then.
It
Yeah.
could have been.
That was
It could have been Overwatch, or they don't make Dota, right? Blizzard.
Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes
That's
of
what
Heroes
they
of the
do.
Storm is theirs.
Okay,
Could have been Heroes
so
of,
it may have
it's
been
probably Heroes of the Storm.
it probably would have
MOBAs
been.
bring out the worst in people, man. I swear to God.
Trust me, Overwatch, they have people saltier than us on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in jail for 5 years, and he has a fine of $250,000.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Better grind for that money.
Yeah, he's gonna be doing a lot.
That sounds
of grinding.
like that's the dumbest match. Like these two idiot kids. It was early this year or last year, and Jesus, these two kids were like talking about a Pokemon card tournament, and they're like about to go to the tournament, and they posted this picture with like friggin' 15 guns on the table,
Oh wow.
and like
Yep.
somebody saw in the Facebook group were like, oh.
They were arrested within 3 hours and charged.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And you were right, Joey. It was Heroes of the Storm.
Knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. It was me that said that, not
And
Joey.
then-
They're
Oh, I'm
some
sorry,
salty
okay.
people.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
I knew it. I've seen people play MOBAs and just lose.
Not
their
as bad
shit.
as League of Legends, but
Well,
still pretty salty.
League of Legends
There
is
is
like
there is a YouTuber who got so pissed off that he got banned from League of Legends, yeah. That he made a video about it because his prior videos was just him playing League of Legends along, with other games, and he played, with his girlfriend and his friends, and then they go around, do good stuff. He got banned because some other player was not playing right, and he said he didn't say not as fucked up as this guy said.
I
He
think
just
I know
said
who you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was a professional player that actually had a pretty large community.
he pretty much said you're a piece of shit. You deserve to die and all this stuff. And
Jesus.
Oh, that was Donkey.
yeah, Donkey.
Yep.
Video game Donkey. He said that, and then he
Donkey.
got banned.
He does his more satirical, where he
Yeah.
doesn't mean people to die or whatever else.
Yeah.
He trash talks, but
Yeah.
he does it in a playful way.
Well, yeah, don't tell people to die. They take that shit
He
seriously.
doesn't say anything related to that, but after, I think it was almost 2
Make
years
up
of
some
him using
stupid
his,
insult, like combine words and profanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him using about 2 to 3 years worth of his community push to keep him in game.
Mhm.
Then they finally banned him for it, and he was just
Jesus.
like, "Well, the game was already not being fun because
Yeah.
if that's your job, I feel sorry for the people that have that job.
Yeah.
They have to literally put their blood, sweat, and tears into that game to keep going through, even with friends." There's only so much trash talk somebody can take before they start to cave, and that this isn't first-person shooter like Counter-Strike, CS, things like that, where it's just like, oh, just simple trash talk here.
It's simple trash talk.
No. No, I mean, these people go hard.
Like,
and I mean, there's
Counter-Strike, bar fight, this.
I would rather
this
be in a
was
bar
like
fight.
Sectarian conflict.
I would rather be in a bar fight than play 6 hours of League of Legends and ranked.
Next week, let's play bar fight.
In the higher, some people consider it higher up elos, and some people just call it like middle tier. In Platinum, that is the hardest thing anybody's ever can get through. In that game, if you get above Platinum, you are amazing, and you have the mental fortitude to fucking survive the Holocaust.
Wow.
The amount of trash talk that goes through, that it demeans you enough to where you want to see a therapist. That's MOBAs in a nutshell.
Joey is scared of these people.
There's a reason I don't play Dota 2. They have a worse community in League of Legends. Which
oh my god!
takes effort.
And it's funny. It's funny because like now newer game develop or most newer games that have the developers, the publishers, all that make a community where you can talk, communicate directly with the players and stuff. But then, God forbid, these developers do something wrong or have
all
a
hell
feature.
breaks loose.
Yeah, everyone gets mad.
I remember like hearing like
developers.
a bunch of old MMOs would have this where they'd have fucking protests.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like Star Wars Galaxies way back in like 05 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that sound about right? Anyway, like they had a big protest about like I think it was a rate increase or some disparity in the stats or something. They just teleported everyone's ass out into space.
Wow.
There's some other MMO whose name escapes me where like they just sicked like virtual police basically. They just set monsters on them.
Wow.
They're just like, no, fuck this. We're setting high level monsters. But they were so impressed about how they held out, they made a monument to them. They're like, you know what? You earned it.
Yeah,
Well,
this is for you.
That's what Riot does with League of Legends, though. They had a suggestion box so all the pro players, all the pro players could actually physically talk to the development staff.
Right.
And you're like, here's a good idea to actually fix this character. And you're like, here's this box. You see that shooter over there to the incinerator?
So then it became, the
So they
community
literally
crapper.
did that like on
They
camera
did that
shit?
for a very lot of things.
Oh wow, that's
and the
crazy.
pro players are still pretty upset about it.
I bet.
Pro tip, if you make a suggestions box, open it.
If you literally pay people to play your game professionally,
Right.
and you do not take their advice on the game, these aren't people that are just being self towards one character.
Right.
These are the people that actually want to improve the game and show variety
They
in the
want
game.
the game to be better, not just for them, but for
Yeah.
other players.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The player spring is nigh.
Especially if you
Revolution.
play it all the time. Like, it's got to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know, you
'cause,
don't want to play a game you don't like for...
Like people will try to
Tons
get
of
me to
money,
play
yeah.
League.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I think I tried playing it. I don't know. I can't remember.
You
I
have
just
to
couldn't
play
get
it with
into
a full team, and if you're a new player, then I am so
I
sorry.
may have looked at Dota. It may have been Dota 2 I was playing then.
Like if I had a gun to my head and had to play a MOBA, I'd play Smite. But
Smite would probably be the easiest one to actually get used
MOBAs
to.
don't really.
You know, I never
interest
got a
me.
chance to play Smite. I had it on my Xbox.
Smite's
play
actually
CS:GO.
really good.
Yeah, I like shooters. I'd play CS:GO.
Shane
But
could get you into CSGO.
Oh,
Evidently, he plays.
that's probably where he is.
Speaking of CS:GO, have y'all heard about the whole gambling thing that's been going on in CS:GO?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gambling,
I
you
know a
said.
lot
Well,
about
A couple
this.
pro players got in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what happened was they own a site called CS:GO Wild, which was a gambling site. Thing is, they didn't say they owned it, or at least they didn't.
It's CS:GO Lotto, and it was two people.
T. Martin.
Oh,
T.
they were
Martin
fixing
and,
matches, were they?
Yeah.
I know who the guy is.
And
man.
another
Oh,
guy.
I have
Oh
him.
man. One was called T.
Syndicate.
Martin. Syndicate,
Syndicate,
yeah.
yeah.
And they're both YouTubers. And the thing was, they do own, or they were sponsored by these sites, but they didn't put it in disclaimer.
What they did was they had a advertisement on their website, well, their YouTube page,
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, I just got this this website. Message me saying, hey, we got this idea for you. We would like to see if you want to use our Lotto website to gamble some stuff. We'll give you some free skins. It won't be a sponsorship, but we'll help you get by if you advertise for us. So it wouldn't be an actual thing." Well, turns out is that somebody did some digging and found out that T. Martin and Syndicate both owned the website, and in several times they actually used the admin page for their website to give them odds in their favor.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
the-
not
the
only are
plot
they messing with
thickens.
the FTC, they're messing with the FCC, and the IRS.
Yeah. They were
There
pretty
are
much
10
making
kinds
it
of
where
legal screwed.
they were pretty much making where all the winnings were mostly in their favor.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they don't know. That's the thing.
I gotta
about
say,
gambling.
this is crooked as hell, but it's actually kind of genius.
No, actually no. It's the reason why casinos do not bet in their own locations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go to other websites to do it because it's up to you to prove that you didn't use your admin rights in order to actually bet.
Well, yeah.
The thing is, though, they didn't keep any of that. They showed proof that they used their admin account.
Okay, that's
to bet.
stupid as hell.
Yeah.
And they showed this on YouTube.
Destroy the evidence, you morons!
And it was already saved and backed up once everything... hit the
Everybody
fan.
was on it, man.
Zim's
If you
rules
go-
for running an illegal criminal operation, number 1.
Delete everything.
Destroy the evidence!
Yeah, a lot of big YouTubers talked about it. I think most of the commentary YouTubers like Leafy is here. I think who else talked about it?
Oh, we have Drama
Wow,
Alert.
Drama Alert was all
There's
over
a
it.
few other...
Scale or
Yeah.
what are they called?
Oh.
Oh, I bet the CSGO group
I
were
like
like,
their name.
new drama!
There's
popcorn."
a few other higher up ones that are phenomenal people. I just can't remember the name.
So
of them.
people gamble on
Scars.
Wait, were they
Scars.
gambling like they gamble with real money or
Scares.
just stuff in Counter Strike?
Okay, so in Counter Strike, you can get skins for your guns and or knives.
Oh god, yeah, I heard about it. So was
But-
that all they're gambling with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
It wasn't really money.
Here's the thing. You can sell those skins on other
Oh.
websites so that you can get the money for them.
Oh, okay,
And
so it's
this
a fence.
is-
I was about to say if they
this
did
is
that
a-
just for some damn cosmetics.
Here's the thing. Most of the gambling has a minimum of $50. So there are several skins that are worth upwards between $10,000 to $50,000 that people are willing to pay.
$50,000.
Yes.
Yeah, people are willing to spend that much money for
I'm going to
skins.
make a list of shit I could buy for 50 grand that's worth way more than that.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
I could
There-
go to Craigslist, buy 400 shitty cars,
But
and
the
we could have
reason
a
they-
demolition derby.
But the reason they did it was because they were able to they were able to abuse the economy, force money into it, and do it illegally.
Yeah, that's Jesus.
Because you could
know
do-
you know how much ramen noodles and alcohol you could buy with that?
Well, that's
Life supply.
Life supply, yeah, pretty
I'm about to say they play Counter Strike Go professionally.
That's all they're gonna be doing. They're all
But
eating.
those weren't the only people that got affected by it. There were several owners that are also either big YouTubers that did the same thing.
I think a whole clan that was
The
they were
Syndicate
part-
clan.
Yeah, they
the
were.
entire thing's a mess right now.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But
Pro tip number 2: don't name your group after a criminal enterprise.
well, they think it was all cool and stuff. But the other
Became an
main
actual
person,
criminal enterprise.
but the other main person is Phantom Lord. He was also found to be running a website, and once that was leaked, his Twitch account got almost instantaneously banned. And this guy had over, I think it was 2 to 3 million on Twitch, and that's
Million.
subscriptions.
Yeah.
That's 2 to 3 million per month that he was getting, and that's not including his YouTube accounts and whatever else. He, as soon as his Twitch account got banned and people started finding out, somebody hacked into one of their engineers' accounts for Skype
Oh.
and saved logs for up to 6 to 7 months. So they not only have him doing the background stuff, they have him rigging everything, and as soon as that came out, he disappeared from everything. And he was somebody I actually looked up to, and
Aw.
he may be annoying at times for some people, loud and obnoxious, but when it came down to what he was good at information-wise, he did a damn good job. So seeing somebody do the shady shit, either blackmailing or just scamming and whatever else to his fan base, that was a hit to me. Like,
FaZe, it was, and there was another clan, FaZe clan, that was
That
part of
FaZe
it
clan.
too.
Jesus.
They were part of it,
How
and they're a
big
pretty
are
big
the-
clan.
God damn, this is like a huge operation.
It was, yeah, man.
Jesus.
It's been going on around for a long
and
time.
Steam has let it go on for so long
Yeah.
because they were making money off of it.
They,
But
but
they
they
finally
just
put-
now
they-
made it where you couldn't do it, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden, all these a lot of those sites have
How,
been
how
shut
much
down.
money? How many?
They
you
put
know,
a
hookers
cease
and
and
blow
desist
they
down
bought
for it?
people?
Yeah, they put
Jeez.
they put a cease and desist on all
Of the major websites for it.
every single one
Oh,
of
they're
them
getting
in
their
the US.
assets seized.
Yeah,
Like all their assets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steam is
Steam had to later put them because the IRS, FTC, and the FCC got
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah, you
They
don't want to
got
mess with
involved.
any of those.
When all three of them get involved, somebody really, really messed up in there.
there is a video on YouTube called FaZe Clan on CS:GO Wild Part 3, FaZe Rain, FaZe Banks. There's different versions of it. This person, whoever made this video, went into great detail, showing how these people were involved with this CS:GO Wild thing.
even H3 Productions got involved.
Oh
because it was
yeah,
that massive that they had to
everyone,
come
like
in.
I said, everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, it was big.
This is a Counter-Strike is a criminal enterprise. Good lord.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I didn't
not
thought it was
even
going to
including
be.
the Dota
I
people,
could
too.
never imagine
That
it
was the
being
same
like
thing.
that.
You had skins for Dota 2 as well, but CS:GO was more popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other news, I hope I say this company's right because I never used them, I never heard of them, or I heard of them, but I just never said their name right. Nvidia, those who make like the
Graphics
game
card and
graphics
stuff.
card and stuff. Well, if you happen to get their GTX 970 version that falsely advertised about the 4 gigabytes of memory it has,
And DDR.
you're entitled to $30. Get it back from the company. The thing was, they falsely advertised the unit has 4 gigabytes of DDR5 memory. The card actually has 3.5 gigabytes and a separate 0.5 gigabytes of lower performing memory.
Mhm.
Because of that, there was a lawsuit
Class action. Yep.
or class action lawsuit towards them, and now they owe every person who who either registered or bought the thing, either through mail or email, $30.
Oh.
Now, granted, $30 is not enough to get a new graphics card, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, most people didn't really complain about it,
Yeah.
but it was just the fact that 0.5 was just, they felt like it was taken from them.
Yeah.
It was put to really good use, especially if you had SLI setups,
Mm-hmm.
but for the average user who could only buy one,
Right.
they were getting a performance hit that they were not expecting at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It seemed like for most people, like you said, for the average user, or anyone who just bought it, didn't really notice it. But anything that was more high performance, they were noticing the difference. And I think those may have been the people who said something like, "Hey, this performance is 4 gigabytes, but I'm only
it was
like
mostly
3.5.
because of false advertisement.
Yeah.
That was really what annoyed most people.
Yeah. So my thing is between those two about the guy threatening Blizzard and Nvidia, lying to their customers. What do you think these stories say about the industry and consumer relations? How should companies with social media connections with customers handle stuff like this?
Well, I mean, you could do it the ETI route, where you end up sending out, I think it was 4 gig cards, where you could download more RAM, because they had more RAM on the actual devices.
Right.
So I think it was either 2 to 4 gigs or 4 to 8 gigs. So the first editions they sent out, they had double the RAM. And the only thing you needed to do was flash the hardware so that it would enable the extra 4 gigs of RAM on it. And some people are literally like, "Oh, we're just downloading more RAM. This is the future."
So I didn't know you can download more RAM like that. That's something I need to look into.
It was a
You
simple
just have
patch
to
for...
reverse the polarity.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. It's like that whole gambling thing. It's like, do people? This is a question. Do people gamble on esports? Like, watching-
Oh yeah. People gamble on real sports.
Well, yeah, but I already knew that. Like,
There's a conspiracy right now that Konami, I think it was Konami, that's Metal Gear Solid company.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think that they owe the Japanese Yakuza billions of dollars.
Oh, yeah,
That is
whole-
why they started going to pachinko.
the
And
pachinko machine,
Yeah.
Cameron's mortal enemy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. The
There are
Pachinko's,
rumors
man.
that is the
We need to
reason
send
why.
Cameron to Japan just so he can deface a pachinko machine with a bat.
Oh my
They
god, I'm
there's
afraid
a
of
lot of people that
messing
think
with
that is
Pachinko,
the
bro.
reason for it.
Cam
Because they
running
owe
from the
the
cops,
Yakuza
the
billions of
Yakuza.
dollars.
I will never, ever.
Oh god!
If
Somebody draw that.
If we ever go to Japan and if I play a pachinko machine, set me up for a 5 to 10 minute time limit. Because if I ever go anywhere past 10 minutes with this damn
It's
machine,
gonna be like the little old lady at the casino at the penny slots.
yeah, exactly.
But the same thing for pachinko. That was how CS:GO was running too, because you're technically only doing it for the actual metal balls. You're not gambling actual money.
yeah,
For CS:GO, you had the skins for the actual guns or the knife skins.
yeah.
Well, that's
it
the
was
thing.
pretty
Like,
much a way around
like World
that.
of Warcraft gold, all the scammers like making a shitload of money back when WoW was super huge.
Right.
Still
And then,
is.
well, yeah, the fact that it's still around after like how many
They
years?
actually
still
just, I
have
think
separate
they
lanes.
just came out with a new update.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing. Like, I gotta say, WoW has had a lot. Like,
I
usually
mean, the
an
movie
MMO
came out. So.
Yeah, the movie came out too.
didn't do great, but it did something.
It did really well in China and Korea.
Well, that's good. Hey,
They made enough
yeah.
money
Brings
just
in
from
more people,
they made
yeah.
enough money just from those two
Oh, yeah,
countries
Korea
alone
loves
to make a
MMOs.
sequel.
Speaking of Korea, have you heard about North Korea trying to declare war on us?
oh, they ain't
They
gonna
do
do
that every
shit.
2
That's
weeks in
what
South
I'm saying.
Korea.
But they were like, oh, the U.S. stepped over the red line or stuff. And I'm like, really?
Fuck your red line.
South
Are you
Korea
serious?
has like speakers saying you
We
can't
can,
always get what
we
you
can
want.
pretty much just send South Korea in there and be like, here, deal with them.
Yeah.
We're not
probably
like, we
take
don't
the
even
red
have
line
to
and
go
put
on
a
fingers.
white line and a blue line.
Yeah.
Well, it's still scary for a lot of the South Koreans.
I was like,
that
really?
live
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, Korea.
border because they still have to worry about imminent rockets and things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Someone needs to go to North Korea and tell Kim Jong-un, sit your ass down.
Yeah, but anyway, like, wow, that's the seedy underbelly of gaming.
I know, right?
but yeah, South Korea, China, and Vietnam, they do a lot of things regarding the betting towards esports.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people in, especially China and a lot of Europe. If you are found rigging anything for betting purposes or just rigging any type of games, regardless, you are banned from the event for life or for several years.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they
yeah.
take that stuff very seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, most places would ban you for life for cheating, but
Not here in USA.
Yeah.
A lot of the esports stuff, we'll give you a 6-month ban, maybe a year, but I mean, you can play on a different team for that
it's like
year.
it's like those
Right.
NFL suspensions that ain't crap, where
Yeah.
they'll suspend you over some trivial bullshit like some weed, but like then some horrible fucked up scandal happens and the guy's back sooner
Like-
than the dude with the
Like
weed.
Michael Vick with the dogs and
Michael
shit.
Vick, that Dick Ray Rice,
Yeah.
dicks.
I was like, how you guys still playing sports, man? Y'all doing all this crazy shit.
Alright, so for the Olympics coming up,
Oh
Mhm.
a
god.
lot of the Russians who are originally going to be in the Olympics found out that they were dosing.
Oh, wow.
So now the people who can actually confirm over the past several years that they weren't using medication and steroids and things like that,
Mhm.
they're able to go. But we're finding out recently that I think it's in Brazil, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rio.
Brazil.
They are finding out that the Olympic pools might have contaminants of feces in them.
Oh,
so I
my
can imagine
God.
the Russians are like,
Hell
I'm kind of
no.
happy I was doping.
Oh,
Him and
man.
steroids. Screw that.
Yeah,
That's
there's
crazy.
been several cases of that, and a lot of people are worrying about the Zika virus. as
Zika,
well.
the crime
man.
rate. It's going to be
especially
a
the
shit show.
crime rate. They'd
Oh,
have.
man.
It's going to be a worse shit show than Sochi was. But anyway, well, we went into real sports.
Yeah, right? We went from gaming sports to real sports.
It's still technically sports. Games.
true.
True.
Yeah.
Hell, if chess is recognized as a sport, video games should be.
Yeah, there's a whole dedication to chess too. All right, so Sony is making movies and television series, and a PlayStation VR is recommending players to have 60 square foot of playing space.
60 square foot.
60 square foot. So whenever the PlayStation VR comes out, which is October, I think. I know it comes.
What I heard
pretty soon.
is the PS 4.5 is going to be coming out then.
4.5. Jesus.
The VR is
Yeah.
coming out during, I
Smaller.
think, December
Just like the
or January. Because a lot of the games will be coming out in January, especially
Right.
Resident Evil, what, like 8 now?
7.
7 or 8?
Yeah.
I don't
Uh,
remember which one it is, but they're going
It's,
7.
it's not as
It's
bad as
7.
Kingdom Hearts. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah,
So the Bad Boys 3 director Joe Carnahan, I think I said that name right. He will be the writer for the Uncharted movie coming out.
Shit just got real.
Sony will also team up with Marza Animation Planet, which is a CG Japanese company, to make a CG live action Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
No.
Oh God, no!
No.
With
No.
Wait, hold up. With producers Dimitri Johnson and Dan Javons, who will also be co-producing
Why do those names sound familiar?
because they're going to be co-producing a Life is Strange digital TV series with Legendary Digital Studios.
Oh, okay, that could be fine in the
So,
entire movie. 'cause
Why,
yeah.
why wasn't Uwe Boll called into this? Because it's gonna be a shit
Uwe
show.
Boll.
So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog
Get
is
that
coming
tree.
to the silver screen soon, or maybe
It
now,
would probably
has
work out better if Uwe Boll did it. Someone call that Nazi gold having bastard.
now it's this is just maybe they're
Jesus.
making plans, but they haven't confirmed what the movie's going to be called, what the movie's going to be about. It's just going to be a CG/action
Oh,
live
no.
action thing.
Why are they giving us a good Sonic game finally?
Here's
They're giving us a
I have the
movie.
entire plot written out for you
There's
guys.
2 Sonic games coming out.
Sonic
Yeah, there's.
has to go fast.
You know,
Run,
that'd
Sonic,
be
run.
better than like that's the point of Sonic.
Now-
So actually, that wouldn't
He
be
has
bad.
to save the animals.
Now, for those who
Unlike
for those who've been
Knuckles
around,
it's killing people with his.
for
Oh,
those
God.
for those who've been a Sonic fan back in the early '90s,
Yo.
there were I think there was one other animated Sonic movie,
Yeah, it was made in Japan.
It was only.
I can never find it. I always see
I
it
can't find it
advertised
either. I
places,
see-
but I'd be like, "Mom, where the hell is the Sonic movie?"
Yeah, I think it's
Like,
made by the same.
Because Knuckles
people.
was in it. And he wasn't in the Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, it was made by
like,
the. He was made by the same people. I'm guessing based on the animation style, who also did the opening and closing animation for Sonic CD. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh, okay.
So that could be the reason why it only came out in Japan.
Yeah, I've seen some clips where like Knuckles is wearing like a hat.
Yeah, like this little
No,
Australian hat.
the Sega CD was one of the. I think it was the second most purchased add-on for a console.
The Sega CD.
Yeah, Sega CD in the States. That was the second most, and the first is what, the Kinect, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that was,
I think the Kinect just because they made you get it at first.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Well,
That's how
Oh god, so
sketchy
the
that
Sonic.
was.
Oh god, no, the live action thing. So back in the day, when I lived in the tiny little podunk town I lived in,
Mhm.
I would
Chili dogs.
shut up, Joey.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
getting to
chili
the
dogs.
fucking chili dogs.
I go for some chili dogs, man.
No,
Yeah.
that was the entire plot of
That
the
was-
TV show.
It was,
They're
but
eating
anyway.
chili dogs.
Anyway, there was a comic book by Archie Comics.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was actually really good.
Oh
That was
yeah,
Sonic.
still longest running comic book to this day.
Really?
Yeah, longest.
Continuously, yeah,
Yeah.
because technically, like Superman and stuff has been different runs.
Yeah, it's
Different
it's the
numberings.
single. It's the longest single running comic book.
Like
to
I
this
read
day.
to about issue 100, then then apparently shit got pear shaped, but like it was based on the Saturday morning cartoon, and it was actually really cool. But
Yeah,
that was a thing. The comics I read when I was young. That's what it was because that's what I could get.
you're right.
Because for some reason I could only get Archie comics down there.
Yeah.
So I read that Knuckles. Like I read actually Knuckles more than I did Sonic because for some reason Knuckles was always there first.
I
That's where
remember.
the add-ons
I
were.
remember the funny part about the comic series. It started being based off the Saturday morning cartoon, and it slowly became like the
Its own
video
continuity.
games. Yeah,
Yeah, then like they had Shadow and crap. That's like
Yeah.
right when I was getting out of it.
yeah.
And I was reading other comics, but yeah, but one thing is they had a live action, like a partially like a live action cover with like this crappy CG Sonic coming out of these kids, and it was like one of the
I know what you're
riders
talking about.
or like, oh god, the riders or one of the suits, and then they just put like their kids in the comic, like hanging out with Sonic, and it was so weird.
Was it? Oh no, I'm thinking something else. I was thinking of some kind of advertisement for Sonic that had that. They had the same concept.
Oh.
Sonic came out of the TV and grabbed the kids to bring them to the TV.
Oh god, hide your kids.
Sonic was bringing kids to the game.
Also,
man.
fun fact. Are you familiar with Image Comics?
The Ring.
Like Spawn and
Spawn.
Savage Dragon.
Oh, well, I know
Savage,
Spawn, but yeah.
Savage Dragon is this big alien dude with a fin who joins the cops. He's really cool, but they had a crossover with those comics.
They had, oh man, what Archie in them?
No, with Sonic.
Oh wow.
Archie, however, has met the Punisher and a
Wonder how
bunch of
that
other
went
people.
down.
Sonic
I know
and
there
Spawn
was
and
recently a Mega Man Sonic crossover.
Yeah.
And
I've heard mixed things about it.
Oh,
I've heard
yeah,
this.
I heard it was good.
I've
some
heard
it was
the
bad.
Mega Man comic has gotten better as it's gone on.
I didn't
Also,
know
it's
it was a
gotten-
Mega Man comic.
It's gotten kind of depressing at parts, which is like so. It's like the Proto Men, which look up the Proto Men. Like I've said, they're awesome. They are a kind of like an '80s synth band that made the dystopian rock opera about Mega Man, and it's amazing. But my God, is it kind of depressing?
Oh man.
They
Like-
do it well.
Yeah, like no, at one point, they're amazing live. They go all over the world. Like they've even been in Australia. See a Proto Men show if you get the chance.
There's also another group called the Megas who also usually play with them as well.
Yeah, the
Are
Megas
these-
are good.
Are both these bands Japanese?
No, dude, the Proto Men are Tennesseans from
Dude,
Nashville.
I party
Oh, I
with
didn't know
them.
that.
They party
I've-
hard.
Yeah.
I gotta look them up then.
But yeah, I know the Proto Men. My girlfriend introduced me to them, and I think
Must
I'm
be
partially
different.
deaf in one ear from her from any of the concerts. But it's like they put on a show like you have not seen like a cooler small bar show than them.
Yeah, like they take the actual different sequences of the actual levels and turn them into an actual full-length saga for that actual like person in place
Mhm.
for that character. That they
It's
go
also
against.
interesting, like
nice.
interesting on themes of like why people follow like to allow fascist regimes to happen.
Yeah, they add a lot of depth to it.
The
It's actually
inaction of
phenomenal.
good man is a huge theme of it.
Okay.
So
Have any of y'all heard about this Uncharted movie? I didn't know anything
no,
about
like,
it
who's
today.
gonna be Nathan Drake?
We don't know yet.
Who's
Jim
gonna be
Carrey,
Sully?
screw it, we're doing it.
No.
Carrey.
I nominate Bruce Campbell as Sully.
Mm,
All in favor?
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it too. I can see that.
Put a mustache on Bruce Campbell. I don't like his style.
They
Why
didn't.
should be like Nathan Drake is Tom Cruise or something?
No, Tom
No.
Cruise is too old at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, God, I can't.
Yeah,
I
my
can't
thing-
He's very picky about the movies he does now, and if then he does all of his own stunts. He does not want anything.
Nicolas Cage.
No!
No, I don't want him in there. That's just another person that could do it because of National Treasure.
he's already his own national treasure. He doesn't need to do it anymore.
Nicolas Cage is crazy ass. I love what some critics said about him. In a good movie, he's great. In a bad movie, he's invaluable.
Hey, you know they're making a new Laura Croft movie.
Oh yeah, with Daisy Ryder.
Yeah,
Well, that's gonna be cool as hell.
I'm looking forward to
She's,
that too.
actually British.
Yeah. I just hope if they do this Sonic the Hedgehog movie, that he better not be kissing nobody that is live action.
It's gonna be.
He better kiss Amy. That's who he needs to be kissing right now. So
I
she
don't know.
can finally,
I was
so she
weirded
can
out
finally
by-
stop chasing his ass.
No, Sally's gonna be. Sally from the cartoon's gonna
No.
show up. Who's she?
No,
Oh,
even better.
shit.
He's gonna be chasing tail.
Oh God! Don't say that. There's
He's
gonna
gonna push the gay agenda.
Don't, Joey. You say that now, but right now there's like all these people that make these
There's-
weird
there's-
online cosplay porns
there's-
that are
Hey,
getting ideas.
There's a lot of people right now who are just thinking
Draw.
of just drawing tails across Sonic.
It's called
hentai.
DeviantArt.
It's already there.
It's everywhere.
It's already there.
It's everywhere. Oh God!
So-
Here's a question: is Jaleel White gonna play Sonic again?
They didn't say, but I wish
Yeah.
There was a thing I was watching on Did You Know Gaming where Julia White was asked to play as classic Sonic, or people were asking, will Julia White play voice classic Sonic in Sonic Generations? He said that no one came up to him, but he was willing to do it.
Sega, you screwed up again.
Exactly, because I was wondering who's gonna play the voice of old Sonic? Because the only person I know play old Sonic was Julia White.
I can't. What in that terrible Sonic Underground cartoon? Was that him or?
I don't know.
I never watched that cartoon.
I
'cause
saw
I'm
it
like, oh God,
one
it's
time.
awful.
I saw it one time, so I'm thinking, okay, cool, new Sonic cartoon. Then I watched it, I was like, what the hell is this crap?
Like even the other one, like the not the one that's called Sonic Sat AM.
Yeah.
Just the kind of more classic cartoon one.
The Adventures of Sonic the
Like
Hedgehog.
that was even enjoyable as like
Yeah,
kind of
it
like
was-
a
it was
Wile E. Coyote
watchable.
kind of thing.
It was watchable.
Yeah, also Scratch and Grounder. I'm a sucker for stupid, bumbling
Yeah,
sidekicks.
it was more slapstick comedy than it was like action adventure.
Yeah.
It's sad that both cartoons ended before it hit a second season, though.
Oh crap! I saw something from the comic thing I should have mentioned. Yeah, you guys mind?
Go ahead.
They're making a comic teaming up 90s animated Batman with the old school Ninja Turtles.
Really?
See that?
Yes! And they're doing another Ninja Turtles and Batman thing with the kind of like updated versions of them. Which I'm like, oh my God, I must possess this.
So will the Ninja Turtles be more dark like they were originally?
I think it's the Dark Turtles, yeah.
Okay, good. Then that'll be something definitely to look at.
I can just imagine turtles. Do you want to know how I got these scars?
No, actually, I've seen a thing from one of the versions, like the one where it's just like the modern art style ones, and it's like one of the turtles running through like this restaurant. Everybody run! There's some freak in a bat costume after us!
They're branding people
Right.
Oh God!
with like it's
That's
just
definitely
like
dark.
a
Pizza
sewer cover.
signs.
No, like they walk in a Batman. Dude, not cool! Wow! Oh God.
Now the PlayStation VR, PlayStation Asia showed the guide for the PlayStation VR that's supposed to come out.
Uh-huh.
Details have emerged from them that included age warning, space requirements, and recommended use scenarios.
Yeah.
Some games will require the PlayStation Move controllers.
Oh God.
However, the current ones, their battery life are not really good. So they're recommending people, if you get this, virtual reality helmet, might as well go ahead and pay pay $100 for the 2 bundle. Because the VR unit will require the PlayStation camera, so you gotta get the PlayStation camera too. The company recommends 60 square foot of ground space when playing games with the PlayStation Move controls, but not for DualShock controllers. They do recommend you sitting down, playing a game with the DualShock controllers, but some games will require you to play with the PlayStation Move. So when you have those games, you're going to need like 60 square foot of space, and they didn't say how high you're going to be up. That kind of depends, where you got the camera at. But they also recommend not having these the VR used by anyone 12 years or younger. Pretty much.
That sounds sinister.
Well,
No,
most headsets are recommended not to be used by 12-year-olds or younger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But this is a video game thing that's going to be targeted towards all ages.
Yeah,
with
the price range,
yeah.
it's going to be mid-tier for the older teenagers, going
Teenagers
early.
and adults.
Yeah.
So
VR. I blame this on the holodeck from Star Trek.
From what I remember, it's not just 60 feet. It is adjustable to the room depth and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Some games will require it, but some games will also not require it.
Yeah.
So you can play like the new Resident Evil coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You can play it in VR, or you can play it in a
Yeah.
first-person shooter type thing.
Well, that's good because a lot of people don't have to shell out the money for that damn
Yeah.
thing.
I think it would be better to give you the option. Do you want to play with VR? Do you want to play not with VR and not force it? With
Yeah,
VR?
that's a good
And
option.
I think like the games that are where you need the move or have the PlayStation Move, you might as well make it be VR because you're gonna have to get up and move anyway.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like the option thing is a good thing. Like Splatoon, they gave you the option to turn off the damn motion controls while aiming.
Yeah.
Yes.
I tried that and I almost got sick.
Yeah. I'm
Well-
pretty sure a lot of people didn't like that.
For the camera as well, it's also to track where you are in the room.
Yeah.
The PS4's VR is going to be the lightest of the models of the Oculus and the Oculus Rift,
Mhm.
and then the Vive.
Mm-hmm.
The Vive, you have to sit down, but you can move around the room and everything else.
Right.
The Oculus, you have to be sitting down for it.
Yeah.
So there's different things you can do with it. The Vive has it to where you have two cameras that monitor the entire room to add depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the controllers that come with it,
Mm-hmm.
so everything comes in a kit and comes with it, and you can do everything with the two controllers. And the Vive's fantastic. The VR for the PlayStation 4 though, it does require the PS4 4.5 or whatever they're calling it now.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the code name
I
for
think
it
it's
is.
still
what the
called
kids
4.5
call it
for
these
now.
days.
Yeah, but a lot of the games that are coming out for the PS4 will still be playable on the PS4, not just the 4.5.
Yeah.
So they're having it backwards compatibility, like the backwards compatibility going to be the same.
Yeah.
So it won't be like, oh, you need to buy this exact model to play this exact game.
I'm hoping they do the same thing for the Xbox One Scorpio or Scorpion, whatever it's
Well,
called.
from what I've seen, I don't know if they're going the Vive or if they're going the Oculus Rift. I think it's the Oculus Rift. Which,
For the Xbox?
yeah.
So I didn't know they were going to do that.
Well, it was kind of obvious when they released the Oculus Rift without their controllers, and then they just all showed up with Xbox One controllers.
I always thought it was strictly PC for those two. I didn't know they were going to bring it to the Xbox.
Yeah, they might be
One.
bringing the Oculus Rift to the Xbox.
That'd
so
be cool.
it would
I would
be
like to
doing
play
it
some
that.
games on the Xbox One with the Oculus Rift.
Like I said, I want to play that Trek VR game so bad.
They're actually really
Looks good.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I have a game that I've been helping through therapy since my the car accident that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think it's Ultimate Dangerous or Dangerous Ultimate something. Oh, Elite Dangerous.
Mhm.
It is a spaceship game, kind of like Star Trek Online, where we have to actually shuttle from the cockpit. We have to travel through the entire thing, and you can see the entire cockpit from all sides. And in VR,
That sounds beautiful, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that is good for VR, not the damn
and
IKEA
it was great for
experience.
therapy too, because I was not expecting it to be therapeutic.
Yeah.
Because now I can get in the car and not have to worry about like we're getting too close to a car or whatever else. I'm just like, I watched this gigantic ship with this little tiny hole with 3 people trying to pass by. I got this.
Well, at least it's not Star Trek though. Oh shit, the Borg! Ah!
So, with movie plans and the upcoming PlayStation VR, do you think Sony will rule gaming in 2007?
Well, they're gonna open the 7th seal and unleash a Sonic the Hedgehog live action movie on us. Oh god. No, the Uncharted movie's gonna make a bank.
Oh,
Even if
yeah.
it sucks, it's gonna make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
Life
phenomenal.
is Strange will probably make a good thing too.
They actually released the first episode of Life is Strange for free.
Yeah,
Really?
they
So
just
people
released
can
those.
get that on Steam for free right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So yeah, if
Shit,
you haven't got it yet, go ahead. Now's a good time to get it. 'Cause
Please try it out if you like it. You can
Check
buy
it
the
out.
other 4 episodes for I think it's
I've seen people play it and they say it's
No,
pretty good. And
no.
it's one of those like I don't know what kind of games to call it. Like
Like an adventure game kind of.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like it's kind of like
Every
Telltale,
choice
from what
you
I'm
make
saying.
counts.
yeah, like King's Quest and all
Oh,
that.
unlike Telltale, where it's
You can actually move around and stuff. Well,
Telltale
you
is
can't do
no.
it,
I'm saying
but-
Telltale is very bad about the illusion of choice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Telltale is the Matrix.
At least it isn't.
Yeah,
as
the
bad as
stories
Fallout.
are good. So
Yeah.
At least it isn't as bad as Fallout 4. Where it's 3 S's and a no.
Yeah.
But yeah, from...
Hey, there's new DLC for Fallout 4, by the way, too. It just came out.
No one cares about DLC. They're going to mod Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, yeah. Because the mod thing is out. So, yeah, they're going to mod a lot of stuff in Fallout 4.
There's going to be, frickin' the dick copter or something flying
Have y'all
It's
seen
going to be ridiculous.
Have y'all seen the face, the texture things they're doing in Dark Souls now?
Yep.
That's
With the crabs,
weird.
that was amazing.
That is weird, man.
What? Somebody changed all the textures in Dark Souls 3 to a crab icon.
Yeah.
Everything is crabs.
The game has crabs. Lovely.
Literally crabs
there's
everywhere.
one where there's like some
the
guy's
blades of
face
grass,
on all
the
the
sky,
texture.
the weapons, the armor,
Everything.
just blades of grass. Even the menu was just crabs. There was no text. It was
For
just
what
crabs.
purpose?
Just for lols,
Crabs.
I guess.
That is the only reason for it.
Audio
Crabs.
people, you guys can be weird sometimes. Just saying. Don't get me wrong, you entertain us, but what the
But
Jesus.
the one thing that would put Sony at a very good advantage is the fact that Microsoft is currently trying to cut down the market.
Yeah.
They are going to be systematically trying to make it harder for Steam to get updates for their games, or try to slowly mess up PC games that are not through the Windows Marketplace.
Yeah.
There's been updates for that have kind of proven it right. They will not disable it outright, but they will slowly start to chip away.
They just
Which
released.
sucks.
They just released for early access for those who has Xbox Live Preview or early access through Steam and other sources where you can play We Happy Few for free. I think it's free.
Didn't they just stream that game?
Yeah,
There was a
couple
few
days
people.
ago.
Markiplier did it about 6 to
I was gonna say
6 to
someone
7
just
months
did
ago.
some on YouTube on
It
it.
was a great game, but
It looks great, but as far as I know, there's no story to the game yet, or at least to the access.
there is some story to the game, but it's randomly generated as you
Yeah,
go.
so like the towns are randomly generated, so like your each play is going to be different.
Yeah.
And then there was something else. It pretty much is showing like the mechanics of the game, how everything works.
Yeah.
Through the taking your joy pills, what happens when you don't take it, and they're trying to make it where you don't
We have
force.
a downer.
Yeah, they're trying to make it where you don't force yourself all the time to take it. They want you to make it where like
It's strategic.
yeah,
They don't
you
want
take
anybody-
it when you feel like you should take it, and don't take it when you feel like you shouldn't take
Like
it.
when
Or
there's
like in a
people
worst
getting
case scenario.
suspicious, take
Yeah,
it.
but then there's always a pro and a con depending on which one you do.
To further the gameplay, you need to sometimes be depressed to see it in a different view.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is literally the entire game. When you take the joy pill,
Mhm.
everything gets glowy and happy.
Everything's
and then
happy.
It starts to go darker and darker,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, I'm depressed. There's gray everywhere.
Yeah,
There's something I didn't see before.
yeah. So you want to determine when and where you want to take that pill or not. So let's talk about Nintendo. Nintendo NX. There's been rumors, and there's multiple rumors that saying the same thing, that the console NX is going to be a console/handheld hybrid.
Yep.
What?
It's going to be looking like a tablet with 2 controllers on both sides.
Yeah,
from what I've
oh,
seen.
God.
According to Eurogamer, controller attachments will be on each side to use with the TV or the monitor.
Yep.
Docking, you will be docking. I forgot to add the rest of this, but I think I remember this in my head.
Joey, you filthy pervert.
As soon as he
Brandon.
Hey,
Brandon.
I heard him.
Bro,
I heard him.
Oh.
Laugh. I heard him snickered before Joey.
Dirty boy.
that cost me the start. No.
So the way the dock is going to work, is going to be connected only to or it's going to be connected to the TV. That's the only way you can be able to play on the TV. Otherwise, it's going to be a handheld device.
Yeah.
Huh.
But you can play both ways. Also, they're going to go with the cartridges like you have been with the 3DS and DS games.
Yeah.
But you're still going to be able to download stuff.
Especially since it's been a lot cheaper for
Yeah.
flash storage. Oh.
And
yeah.
Nvidia is going to be doing
The Tegra series, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Huh.
So, what y'all think about this NX now? Is this going to be a handheld/console?
I'm
Intriguing.
actually kind of glad that they're doing it the way that they did with the Wii U, because
Mhm.
a lot of people like the fact that they had the console in their hands versus, I kind of need to hook it up to a TV. Some
Yeah.
people were just able to bring
Also,
the console.
moving away from the motion controls, because
No, that was actually pretty good for some games.
Some
That was
games,
fine.
yes, but-
they might be able to include that later on, because both the controllers will be set up to possibly do like VR later on, where you just use those as the actual
yeah.
wands
But
or.
I think
controllers for
that
it or
I think
whatnot.
that part, like the motion controls on the Wii, cost them a lot of money.
A bit, but they also made a lot of money because it's the same thing with Kinect. They were heavily moddable, and a lot of people use them for a lot of purposes. So they sold a lot of controllers at definitely a bit more of the market price.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I want them to make a good Metroid game.
Yeah, was this new
That's
one
like
called
asking for a
Federation
Sonic game.
Space Federation? Nah, man.
Yeah.
I was upset when I saw that.
Make a new Smash, of course.
Oh yeah.
You know what I want them to do? I want them to put they put Ken in it. Put Scorpion in Smash.
Oh man.
Wait. You get this. Imagine they release an N64 adapter or a GameCube adapter at the launch of the game.
Oh.
Now they did say some of the Wii U games will be what do you call them? Launch titles
Oh.
for the NX.
Oh.
One of them was the new Smash Brothers. So I don't think we're gonna get a new Smash
Damn
Brothers
it.
anytime soon, but
It'll tide us over.
Yeah, probably like
Oh,
near
man.
the middle of the NX lifetime.
Okay, well
So
that's
probably
fair.
about
I guess.
Because I
3
think
years,
Smash
maybe a little
Brothers
more.
is like more is about as traditional as a new Super Mario game on the
It's
system.
become that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's still people playing Melee, Brawl,
Yeah.
and the new one as well.
Yeah, the new
there's,
one.
There's a lot of people playing all three of
What
those.
else?
So we,
Mario Maker.
Bring back
Mario
Solid
Maker.
Snake.
They didn't. Maybe Mario Maker.
they need to do that for Sonic. Have the creators, like the community, do the game.
Yuri of Wind made a video about some canceled Sonic games. One of them was being a game that was going to be similar to Mario Maker, and this was before Mario Maker,
Yeah.
where you can create your own levels.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
kind of seem like self-made
Yeah.
levels. I mean.
Also,
Yeah.
it seems like Mario ripped that off. They also seem to have ripped off Mario Galaxy because there was a Sonic game where you run like kind of like over the sphere, kind of like in Mario Galaxy, and it came out way before that. Like
I
the
thought that was
information
Sonic
about it.
Adventure.
No.
There was
No, like
there was a
like
3D.
the
What was
stage
it?
roll,
Okay.
like the
Yeah.
planets in Galaxy.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, Nintendo, you
Now, there's a-
sneaky guys.
I'm guessing this
Sonic
right here is a
really bring it
concept art of what the NX will look like. But it's kind of like a tablet, but then the controllers are on the side.
Yeah.
Huh.
They
It looks like an old Game & Watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Like I said, that's just a concept art, but I'm guessing that's what it's going to look like.
You know what they need to do? Make a Game & Watch game.
And then someone being jokey over here with the Legend of Zelda Breath of Wind cartridge, since the game's supposed to use cartridges. So it's
They
like a
can
Game
get it
Boy,
that
pretty much a
small.
Game Boy cartridge there.
They can get it that small.
Yeah, they can get it that small.
Don't
Yeah,
make
the
the
Vita
cartridges too
Tegra
small,
mobile
people will lose
processor. The Vita Tegra mobile processor is what the system's
Tegra?
going to use. And then Eurogamer, or is this Eurogamer? Yeah, Eurogamer heard reports of various Wii U games reappearing as updated in exports. Splatoon, Smash Brothers,
Oh, Splatoon's a major
Pikmin,
one. that
Pikmin
they-
4.
Pikmin 4?
Yeah. Well, Pikmin 4 never came out, has it?
No.
Yeah, so
Pikmin
Pikmin
3
Woo!
Pikmin 4 may come to the NX.
That's sweet. They need to have like 10 different types of Pikmin though, because that'd
Yeah.
be awesome.
Yeah.
Have you seen what they did with the Wii U version of it?
Uh,
They have the actual full-on map where you leave all the Pikmin and everything else.
oh,
All the
cool.
actual thing.
That's
I'm like,
helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, it was phenomenal.
Oh god, we got.
Now remember, as is previously been stated, the NX is due to come out in March 17 or 2017. So Nintendo has some time to finally say something like, "Hey, this is what this is look like," and then get some games going.
Never mind.
All right, Pokemon Plus Go. It's coming out, not now like it was supposed to. It's coming out in September. It's supposed to help catch previously caught Pokemon. However, it will not come out till September. The price is $34.99. It can only catch what you've already caught. So it's supposed to be like a little watch, or a little wearable thing.
It's also, from what I've seen, also does Pokestops for you too.
Pokemon
It'll
Watch.
vibrate.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
yeah. You'll get Pokestops for you as well. Yeah. So y'all buying it?
I don't have a smartphone. Otherwise,
You gotta get Pokemon Go first. But first, you gotta get a.
I feel like the last guy in the zombie movie boarded up in a house.
A part of me wants to, but at the same time, if I'm out specifically catching Pokemon, I won't need it. Because I've gotten so used to throwing the Pokeballs that I could just do 2 of them at the same time, both my
Right.
hands, and I'll be fine. So
My thing is, like, I don't really want to spend $35 on something that I use on my cell phone.
There's also going to be a lot of other features that they're going to be adding.
Yeah, I want to wait until these new features come out first before I buy these, like the whole battling and trading thing.
Do you have a 3DS?
Do I have a 3DS? Yeah.
Yeah, they might be including that into the actual new Pokemon games coming out too. So it won't just be for that too.
So make it where you use that to catch Pokemon like from Sun and Moon?
Possibly.
That could be a thing.
They also did say that Pokemon Go will be included in the Sun, or the new ones coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They will be including updates to trade back and forth, as well as things that are only in Pokemon Go can be transferred over, and vice versa.
There's been reports too of some of the Johto Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go, but they're only going to put in 100 and not all.
Yep.
They
want to slowly ease it into it because of how massive the catalog is.
Yeah. How many Pokemon are there now? Like a crap.
756, I think.
I think there's over 800 right now.
Nope, it's in the 700s, if I recall correctly.
Let's see.
I stopped about 2 generations ago, but they're in the 750 range.
Nothing against Pokemon. It's
721.
Oh, 721.
Yeah.
Nothing against Pokemon is I didn't have the handhelds.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah, 721. I thought there was 800. Or at least I thought they mentioned 800.
Not yet.
There's going to be. Now there's Moon coming out.
We're all going to be old men.
We're going to be
Release the millionth Pokemon. They ran out of ideas 40 years ago.
Well, I mean, they're starting to run out now. They have
The insect people that invade it, though.
I will never get over these 2 Pokemon where I wish they should have not even included, and that's the garbage Pokemon, whatever his name is, and that key Pokemon, whatever his name is.
Well, yeah, he's trashed. Everybody has to have him.
Yeah. Why? There was no point in that.
Wow.
Well, they have a new Pokemon coming out in the new games that is basically a Pokemon that has a sheet cover thrown onto it with a Pikachu.
Yeah, and there's other Pokemon
looks
too.
so adorable. It reminds me of dinner.
Granted, though, it looks cute.
Accepted.
Huh. Yeah, granted, it looks cute. It's just a Pokemon that's pretty much like and it's not even just Pikachu. There's other Pokemon too. It mimics. I think or at least as far as I'm told. From what I was told, hold on, let me look this up real quick. I don't know if it was just a concept art or someone. I've seen it, but
it might have been concept art because so far I've only seen the Pikachu one.
Crap, I can't remember.
Because he wants to be liked because everybody knows Pikachu.
Yeah. Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu.
Everybody knows Pikachu.
I don't know, but there was an art that showed it with Jigglypuff, Clefairy, Bulbasaur, Charmander. I don't know if it's some fan made thing or this was just concept arts, but if it does that more than just Pikachu, I think that'd be something interesting to see.
Yeah.
Nintendo
make it like the unknown version where it's just the entire alphabet.
Nintendo are the ones that need to be making films.
Yeah.
They would make much money.
There was talks that Nintendo may want to make some movies, and one of them being a Super Mario Bros. Movie. If this Sonic the Hedgehog movie falls through, then I think
I don't think they could do another live action Mario.
If they do, they have to go back to the original movie they did, and then make it worse than the first.
Oh,
no!
Man, don't do that.
I grew up liking the first movie.
I've seen it, but
I'll say this: they were creative with it at least.
Yeah.
They also had a really shitty budget.
Also, they were drunk. They were shit-faced the whole time.
And a lot of the people, and I think it was the original directors, they couldn't work with half the people.
Yeah.
They actually had to fire the directors and put new director in halfway through.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins said John Leguizamo was driving drunk on the set and I think ran over his foot or something.
It was the guy who played Mario, not Luigi.
Oh, Bob Hoskins was driving drunk?
Oh, he was trashed.
Yeah,
once they got the new directors in, a lot better. It was just once the old 2 directors, because they were a husband and wife, and neither one of them would give on anything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, they need to make a live action Metroid and cast Ronda Rousey as Samus.
I could see that.
I can see that too.
I could see Ronda Rousey punching a purple space dragon in the face.
But wait,
well, the thing was, Samus wasn't really.
View?
The thing was that to me,
no, we've seen what they've done when they've made it into a 3D type thing. They do it horribly. Do it like a side scroll and have her go across.
The thing to me for when it comes to Samus, her character at least, or in her games, she's always alone. She's never around with a lot of other people. She's just around the other aliens and stuff.
With her.
So having someone
the
like
cross shots, or they help her out.
having someone like her play a Samus would, if they have her like punch and stuff, is gonna throw her character off because like Samus is like she seems like a more calm person rather than someone who just goes around blowing stuff up. Even though she has an arm cannon,
dude, she opens doors by shooting them.
No, even better.
True.
Here's Ridley and Dick Punch.
But I think like
6 seconds, like that one lady.
I think having her play as that, like I think she'd be more suitable as Android 18 if they ever do a live action. Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Oh yes.
If there's ever a Dragon Ball Z live action,
where they actually do it properly and not the original that nobody wants to really talk about.
Or the Chinese illegal film that was weird, where there's like UFO aliens invading for some
Make her
reason.
Android 18 and make her sexy, please. Please make her sexy.
Nah.
I had
This
a huge
just in,
crush
camera
on
likes robot.
I had a huge crush on Android 18 when I first saw her when I was a
She
kid.
could just be fully dressed and it would be perfect.
You
don't even need
just
to
had that
have it
look.
sexy.
She had that
Have her
look.
play the character that it's in the show, and guess what?
Yeah.
She looks cute. She looks
Yeah.
like somebody that's
Because she just had that look. She could pull it off. That's how
That's
hot
all
she was.
needs.
She didn't need
Cam,
to be
I'm
sexy.
gonna start calling you Krillin.
She didn't need to be sexy. Hold on, just because I'm
Cam,
already
one
short
day
as
we're
it
just gonna
is.
shave your head and make
Short.
it shine.
We're gonna shave his head. We're gonna shave his head, dress him in orange while he's asleep.
Shit, I thought we were supposed to be seeing stars on him.
Now, despite all this shit going on with Nintendo, or at least it seems like it's going good, Nintendo has lost $234 million in hardware sales and foreign exchange. But their software sales are up. I don't know the
because
exact...
of inflation from Pokemon Go.
Could be, yeah, because people thought, they own Pokemon Go, or Pokemon Company. The only truth is, they own 1/3 of the Pokemon Company.
1/3 is Niantic, 1/3 is Google, and 1/3 is Pokemon / what is it?
Game Freak?
Yeah.
Game Freak. So,
Excuse me.
they're hoping that the sales of NX, and I forgot what numbers they were trying to, I think it was like 700 or 800 by the end of 2016. They're hoping to
Pokemon Go Plus will be official Nintendo licensed.
Yeah,
products.
now they're making the Plus, so that will help them. So if they sell, the reason they held it back is because they wanted to see, they didn't expect a lot of people buying this game. So they want to make sure this Pokemon Plus thing
All they had
works
to do is
the
look
right
at the
way.
90s. Look how much they sold.
Exactly.
You're basically being like, okay, you know that smartphone that's usually used for just, either porn or things like that? We're gonna make sure you're actually able to go outside, go for a walk, catch a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Without
And
being
guess what?
arrested for looking at pornography in public.
And it's easy enough that the kid who's like 4 years old who has like an iPhone for some odd reason, he's able to play. And guess what? The mother can play as well. So now both of them are outside doing things.
I read
outside.
stories about like little old ladies who had never heard of Pokemon before playing. They're like, I caught this little guy named Squirtle. He's adorable. And it's so cute.
And people with depression therapy and things like that, they are having a blast. It's giving them a reason to go outside, have fun, and it's
Also,
bringing color
cardio.
back- It's
Cardio,
bringing
bro.
color back to
Yeah,
their life,
cardio,
and it's
I
phenomenal.
did see a picture. It was like meth, marijuana,
Heroin,
cigarettes, and then it was like
Pokemon
Pokemon
Go,
Go.
yeah,
Is
it was
that guy
skinnier.
and his skinny.
Yeah, he's all fit
That's
and
funny.
stuff.
Squirtle in the back alley. Got what you need.
Oh, God.
Squirtle Squad. Yeah.
My brother told me this story of Pokemon Go players. The guy went up to someone and was like, "Hey, let's duel." Talking about Pokemon Go. The guy pulls out a knife and stabs him.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
What universe is this guy from?
No.
Thinks that's
More of
gonna
the
happen
story,
in real life.
he decided to go on continuing catching Pokemon without going to the
Yeah.
hospital.
Are you kidding me?
No.
He didn't go to the
People
hospital.
do
He
not bleed
continued.
out chasing
Fucking
Pokemon.
world.
The Pokemon will be there.
I just want to
Also,
know why the guy with the knife was like. That was the first thing. He's like,
Oh,
"Oh,
duel?
People
finally,
just challenge him in
finally,
knife
someone
fights?
told me to duel.
Finally,
Let's
I
do
get
this."
to use my knife.
Yeah.
There was another story that happened a year or two back where this guy was in a shady part of town and he's white, just going through the area to get home or whatever else. And these two people come onto the actual bus, and he's a little not racist, but like it's like 10 o'clock at night. These two people are on the bus and blah blah, and this one guy looks over. It's just like, play Pokemon. She's like, oh man, he's gonna steal my DS. Like, it's like, no, you got that Geodude? And this guy whips out his DS and starts trading in Pokemon. It's like, man, my brothers can't. They don't. They can't take me seriously when I play Pokemon. So I have to do this on the side. And I'm just like, this guy was just like, his entire view was just like, I'm in a shady part of town. I'm gonna get stabbed.
Pokemon brings the world together.
Yeah. And that's what Pokemon Go.
Here's my thing with Pokemon Go. I don't want Mr. Mime's creepy ass in my bedroom.
Don't worry, he's only in Europe.
Yeah,
some of the children of Europe, I am so sorry.
Yeah, some of the Pokemon are in certain parts of the country, so we can only get them like through certain events.
Someone's gonna be like going on, like charging the Queen's residence. There's Mr. Mime right there.
But yeah, Pokemon Go is getting everybody together.
Yeah.
Different ethnicities.
I've met a lot of people
ages.
through Pokemon Go here recently.
Even the cops are coming in. They're just like, we want to keep you all safe. We're gonna give you snacks, water, things like that.
Yeah, they were
you guys
doing that
safe.
here not too long ago.
And in some locations, they're even putting Pokemon lures up so they attract the people back to the central group where they can help keep them maintained and whatever
Somebody
else.
was smart. They were like selling power boxes.
Yeah.
Like a little
Battery
battery
boxes.
stand. But it was
I've seen that like Poke shops, and they got like Gatorades and snacks.
Yeah. There
So,
you go, man.
I just imagine cops on the horn. There's a Lickitung. I'll beat you there.
Somebody just go down the
Bullshit.
riverside and do that. Because everybody is down there every single day.
We passed it. I yelled out the window.
Yeah, there was at least 100 people out there.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a ton of
and
people.
you can't even park there anymore.
Yeah,
It's
you
crazy.
can.
Yeah.
You might as well park on the other side of the street.
Everybody wants that Lapras. That's
Yeah.
what I've heard is there.
It's gonna be
Also,
really
the
crazy
Catholic
if it's like
school over there, the Virgin Mary statue gives you Pokeballs.
Yeah, there's some places that are trying to get their the Pokestops removed, especially in cemeteries, funerals.
Yeah, don't go to
They're
the
making it.
cemetery.
They're making it now where you can
Even museums.
certain places you can opt out from having your spot being on the Google Maps thing on
Yeah.
the game.
Especially with coffins found in the Holocaust Museum. In
Yeah,
Houston.
that was super
It was
crazy.
accidental, and even they're just like, we apologize.
Can you imagine like the software
We
going,
didn't mean
oh
we
shit!
need to fix this.
Yeah.
No, I saw like graveyards. Don't hang out in graveyards at night.
Ever.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Put
Just
Are you a
don't.
white person in a horror movie?
Zombies go. That's what it's gonna be.
But yeah,
Zombies
the
go.
amount of data that goes into it, they take into effect the meteorology data, landscapes,
Yeah.
humidity, wind temperature, wind the wind
Direction.
Yeah.
the wind direction, everything. They have literally people in geography majors, geology majors, to basically tell what areas are which and which Pokemon should spawn in different areas.
Yeah.
It's
There's
not
actually-
much data that
I
they
want to
have
see a geology thesis on
there's actually-
I will
sand tree.
probably be writing one. 'cause
There's
I'm going into
actually
that.
a standalone app that can tell you which Pokemon is at which spot in real time.
Yep, Pokevision.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can use that.
You can log in. Well, you don't even know log in. Just go to the
Yeah.
website Pokevision.com,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll tell you what Pokemon are there and how long they're there for.
Yeah.
Oh, I still love that Westboro Baptist Church was a gym and a Clefairy took it. And then
There's a battle
Westboro
going
is
back
trying
and
to
forth.
fight them. Westboro Baptist Church, who hate everything, are playing this game.
Yeah.
And they picked
Get rid of-
Jigglypuff.
God hates Pokemon.
Yeah, I know. They picked Jigglypuff.
Hey, it worked. Did it?
No, I don't know. I don't know who
It's-
currently owns
there's a
Jam.
literal war going back and forth between people taking the spot for their own teams.
Oh yeah.
It is hilarious.
It's funny whenever you go to the Riverside, you'll see it.
That's one thing I love about Westboro. Everyone hates them. Left, right, middle, tinfoil hats. Everyone hates them. Screw those guys.
But no matter what, Pokemon brings everyone together,
Yeah.
and that means even the West Baptist Church,
Yeah.
which is surprising, but
Surprising.
That's like, could you imagine going back in time, like 15 years, and showing like any of the news stories from the last 3 weeks to people?
oh no.
Oh man.
No, scratch that. Just the Pokemon ones.
It would give hope to a lot of
they probably
generation.
they probably lose their shit. Like, oh my god, Pokemon's real.
Yeah.
What has science done?
I
So-
think if you did that, the augmented reality would have happened a lot faster.
Yeah.
Especially
Oh, yeah.
virtual reality too.
Yeah.
The
So
VR, the virtual boy wasn't a mistake.
Yes, yes, it
I
was.
should invest money in this. So, do you guys think Nintendo has a chance of coming back despite only owning 1/3 of the Pokemon company and losing so much money in sales, or do you think they'll eventually end up being like Sega?
It's
Oh
Nintendo.
god, I hope not.
It'll balance itself out and they'll come back. They release a new Smash Brothers. Guess what? Sales Done.
Yeah.
They don't even need to do anything else.
Their
They
killer
printed enough
apps
money.
keep them alive.
All right, well, this is the end of the podcast.
Wait,
You gotta say something? Oh, yeah, that's right. Zim has a special announcement. Go ahead, Zim.
Yeah, I actually have a thing I want to talk about. Star Trek Online, for the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, introduced a new campaign mode, which is OG Trek. It's in the 23rd century as opposed to the 25th. And it's cool shit. Like, you get to run around the old goofy uniforms, carry the big-ass, bulky-looking phaser rifles, fly the old white and red ships.
Nice.
You get to dick around with Scotty and Chekhov. It's a lot of fun. And also, I play that game a lot. It's actually pretty good when the servers are not being a potato. They are also going to bring it soon to PS4 and Xbox One. There's currently 4 factions. You can play as the Federation, which obviously they get the most stuff. Like, there's the most options for ships, like more playable races, etc., etc. It's a lot of fun. Story mode's a lot of fun. There's the Klingon mode, where there's more than just the Klingons. Like, you can also play as the Gorn, the Orion, these cat people called the Pharazins, the Nausicaans, aka the dudes that stabbed Picard in the heart in a bar fight when he was a young man.
Damn.
Yeah. The Nausicaans are like, imagine Klingons without honor and more roid rage. And they're taller. They're like 8 feet tall. They're big guys.
Dang.
And then Romulans, which is interesting because you're the Romulan Republic. You are a spin-off, like, you're like, it goes on after Star Trek Nemesis, and you're in the old timeline still. So Spock and Nero disappeared into the new timeline. Romulus is still damn destroyed. So a bunch of the Romulan systems take off and form a republic. And then the Romulan Empire goes just crazy and become like North Korea. But it's good stuff. Play it.
All right. Before we close out, free games in August for those with PlayStation Plus. If you got a PS4, Rebel Galaxy, Tricky Towers, and Ultratron is available for free. PlayStation 3, you got Retrograde, Ultratron, and Yakuza 5. And then if you got PlayStation Vita, all 4 of you, you got a Patapon 3 and Ultratron for free. That's if you got the PlayStation Plus subscription. For those with Xbox Live, for the one, you got Warriors 3 Orochi Ultimate from August 1st to the 31st of August. WWE 2K16 from the 16th of August to September 15th. And for the 360, you got Spelunky for August 1st through August 15th. And then Beyond Good and Evil HD for August 16th and August 31st. And of course, if you have an Xbox One, you can get all those games throughout those times. So, with that being said...
Also, for PC, Life is Strange is currently out for free, the first episode.
Yeah.
So, that's on Steam, as well as, I think, Origin. Whoever does the game itself, they have it hosted on their website. I forget who, but just look it up. You'll be able to find it.
Also, Star Trek Online is free to play.
All right. Anything you want to throw in that's free?
Giving out free you got it all, man.
All right, my man. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the gaming edition of Dash Assault. If you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe. Dislike if you didn't dislike it. It helps the channel if you do subscribe and like our content. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. My name is Cam.
Brandon.
Zim.
Smelly.
All right, and we will see you all later.
Meow.